Hello, everyone. My name is Kaleen O'Connor, and I am tuning in from Florida, USA. It's actually cold here for us. We have to turn the heat on, which makes me laugh. But some people in the US are getting lots of snow, so I don't mean to rub it in at all. And we appreciate you joining us. It's a little wild out there in the world. Hopefully, you're not getting distracted by news and you're just enjoying creating your life and being with your family. But today or tonight, depending on what time it is, our goal is to add value to your life and to teach you about an incredible breakthrough that is certainly has changed my life and my family's and our speakers that are joining me tonight. So I'm your host for tonight, and I'm going to introduce our first speaker. His name is Mr. Stevie Aquilina, and he really has taken the time and continues to take the time to increase his knowledge on cellular health, how the body heals itself, how he can help people become entrepreneurs all over the world. Just incredible skills and contributions. So I'm really honored that you're with us, Stevie. I know that you do other webinars and help teams and individuals everywhere. So take it away and shake it up a little bit tonight. What can I say?
Shake it up a little bit. All right, I'll do my best. Thank you very much for having me here. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be here with everyone, and it's always an honor to work with you, Kaleen, because you're a tremendous lady and strong and intelligent and powerful, and that not just benefits me, but benefits your whole team, which I know you're working with all over the nation, but all over the world too. And so it's a great privilege to be able to work with you and know you and Hamilton as friends. And it's just a shame for the last year we haven't been able to, get together on one of these trips or one of these conferences. But, thank God for Zoom, right? At least we can get together this way. And we've probably seen more of each other this last year, actually, than we have in previous 6 years that I've been involved with this company. So, yeah, bless you both. And thanks very much for always looking after me and everyone. Everybody here, thank you very much for being here. Your time is incredibly valuable because today's Zoom is free. We're giving you something that is a gift, actually, from us to you. And it truly is a gift for you, and it truly is a gift for humanity, actually, from a scientific standpoint. So you haven't paid money to be here today, but if you had, and you didn't like what I had to say, I would give you your money back. But your time is non-refundable. I can't give that back to you. So I am sincerely grateful that you've decided to spend such of your valuables with me here. And yeah, I just want to honor that. And let's jump straight into this, not waste any more of your valuable time, shall we? So let me just share my screen here. All right, perfect. As you may have heard from Kaleen, and in case you couldn't tell by my crocodile Dundee accent, screen change now. My name is Stevie Aquilina. I am from Australia. My family and I we are from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast, and that was really a dream come true when we could make that happen. We are minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. We love it. I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful. In love with my life. I have an income, time, and freedom that allows me to enjoy a great lifestyle with my family. It's also taken us to many parts around the world that were once upon a time, to be honest, way too far out of my reach. But the good vibes and good times have not always been the case. I was a very difficult, awkward, weird child to parent in school. I never made the grades. I was an average at best to below average achiever. I was told on a daily basis I was stupid and useless and I shouldn't think because I can't. And I figured out along the way, when you're told something often enough, especially while you're young and impressionable enough, you kind of start to believe it. And so later on, I became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And with all of that type of thinking, I just walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. And I'll give you just some PG examples. I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. For over a decade, I was a very dumb but very good looking bouncer, security guard in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. I had very big dreams. I wanted to be, do, and have more. I was a daydream believer, but really for me, what it was, I wanted to be doing something significant. I wanted to be giving something significant. I actually wanted to give more, but I had little self-esteem. So I'd done little with my life, and therefore I felt like I had very little to give. Now, as for physically, I've always been athletic, even to right now, mainly in martial arts. But back then I had health troubles, autoimmune disorder, inflammatory issues, very severe skin, respiratory, and gut conditions most of my life, and lots of bad injuries. Financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs with hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity. And I mean embarrassingly broke. So I'll embarrass myself right now and tell you that I've had the phone, electricity, and gas cut off. I've not been able to run my car on anything more than just the fumes of petrol. I've not been able to make the rent. I've been evicted, and all this has happened to me several times. Yeah, embarrassingly broke, no financial dignity. Now, I always believed in possibilities, but my problem was, and it was my problem, I doubted my potential. So I was trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, unable to be who I really wanted to be. Now, as for the good things, there's lots of good things in life always. First, I met the girl of my dreams. Right then and there, I was motivated more than ever before to become more. She believed in me and told me that I was more. And I figured out again, when you're told something often enough. And also, I've been introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough, life-changing opportunity, and life-changing ethos, culture, and training. The company leaders are extremely successful people. And they believed in me too, taught me how to believe and become more. And so today, instead of having health and wealth problems, I have solved them, and I get to solve them for others now because of this life-changing breakthrough. Today, instead of having financial insecurity and indignity, I have security and dignity because of this life-changing opportunity. And now, instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, unable to be who I want to be, I now have more, with the ability to believe and become more and give more, because this company's training, ethos, and culture has shown me a life-changing better way. And I tell you this story only because, I am one of those examples that I really need to see, which is, if little old me can do it, then big old you can too, because there's greatness within each and every one of you. I don't say that kindly, I say that honestly. And so I would like nothing more than to better people's lives in at least one of these life-changing ways too, and unleash that greatness if anyone is up for that. Let me start by sharing with you the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. This is the life-changing breakthrough that I mentioned to you. It is a breakthrough that medical experts say is very, very big. Enormous, in fact. They're saying it's greater than the discovery of DNA or penicillin. For 2 decades, science had declared this was impossible, but now it is known as a breakthrough with gigantic potential, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies, not made-up studies, medical science. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals, challenges, problems you can think of, remarkable results, really giving people their lives back. And drug companies wanted it shut down. But more about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be talking about here is something that goes well beyond drugs or nutrition, well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you already know about. Because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science that is truly groundbreaking and category creating, in fact, nothing else like it on the planet, totally unique, and a healthcare breakthrough. The ASEA Redox cell signaling technology is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. Now, just what are those? Redox signaling molecules are made by your cells, so they're native to your body. They're made within your body. They are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication. Therefore, they're telling your cells what to do, therefore affecting your cell-to-cell operation and all the functions of your body, all the way down to your genetic expressions even, in a positive way. And so redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself. And that's what it should be doing. And redox signaling molecules do that by telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, how to repair unhealthy cells, and how to replace damaged cells. That's how your body regenerates its own tissue. Heals itself, like I said. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Redox signaling is what keeps cells working, keeps them functioning, keeps them healing, and doing what they're meant to do at optimal levels. Now, why is this so important? Because every single part of you is made up of cells. We live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells, healthy body, healthy life. So redox signaling molecules are the keys to life because they are essential for the activation and function of all of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling, because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. So if our bodies already make redox signaling molecules, then why do we need to give our bodies more? When we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy and how they can run around all day and not wake up sore the next, and how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, but also along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, both natural and man-made, our cells break down and our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. Without as many of these redox signaling molecules giving clear cell signals and instructions, our whole cellular protection and healing process can become confused and slow, and our cells break down more and more. And so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA redox products and certifying them as safe and effective in every body. And ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science. Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of the first ever discovered signaling molecule, because there's 16 of these signaling molecules. But since then, there have been multiple signaling molecules discovered and also multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you were to go along to pubmed.gov because you're maybe a doctor or a scientist or a science buff, or you like to read things that make your eyes go cross-eyed, if you go to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see well over 33,000 results. On top of that, there are over 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling. And this slide will already be out of date, with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. And so according to medical researchers, as reported in the Huffington Post, who specifically wrote about ASEA in this article, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And as for ASEA, outside of all this, is light years ahead. ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. Here's just one example. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. These genes are key in the health of every individual, play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Moreover, from this, ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. The head professor of this university study saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Now, this is significant, listen, because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to when it was younger and healthier. And so if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, if you have a wish that you could look, live, and feel young again, if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have the very good sense, if you have a goal, I should say, of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, Redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But on that note, you don't need to take my word for it. Here are some medical doctors. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants, and the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. That's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology. They are Renew 28 Redox Gel and our Intensive Redox Serum. These redox technologies are supported and enhanced by their complementary all-natural ingredients products, our gentle refining cleanser, and our ultra-replenishing moisturizer. But you know what? A picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what ASEA Redox technologies are worth with these amazing health, anti-aging, and age-reversing results. Lines and wrinkles are smoothed out, elasticity comes back to the skin, skin blemishes, spots, dots, marks, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin, being renewed, being rejuvenated, even for younger people too, and improving the quality of life. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions comes back to the proper surface of the skin. This is Rosie. The dramatic difference you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because she did not take those pictures. In fact, Rosie believed that the products were not working. Rosie went to see her doctor. That's who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told the doctor that the products did not work, the doctor showed these pictures to Rosie, and I guess the rest of the story can be seen here, right? Everyone says they want to see how ASEA goes. Makes sense. But Rosie missed the moment by moment changes by not taking pictures. And you may miss them too. So please take pictures. That's how you see how Renew 28 and ASEA goes. Now, some people notice results, over several weeks like Rosie's, some people in 7 days, and many people can actually have an experience in around about 7 to 10 minutes. However, some people need to apply more product, more time, and more patience. Generally, when there's more going on with their health, what we know scientifically is that redox signaling molecules are all the same. In you, in me, in animals, in plants, just as they are in bottles of ASEA products now. Studies show that ASEA redox products have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Now, speaking of noticing the change, this doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Now, have a close look. Look very carefully at this photo. Can you spot the difference? Once you do, once you see it, you can't unsee it. But Renew 28 is not just for the face, as you can see here, arms and hands, and even a belly, and more bellies on this slide, and buttocks, thighs, and all over. These are actually pictures from a study by a world-leading laboratory. This study was conducted because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. And so scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see, was there any truth to these stories? What they found was after just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this was happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, not only for visibly younger looking skin, but visibly healthier skin. Renew 28 helps soothe discomfort after things such as shaving or sun exposure and alike. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body, and you can know about it in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort around your body, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most discomfort that you can experience. Apply Renew 28 on that point of discomfort, of hurting, 3 times within 5 minutes. And usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of discomfort within approximately 10 minutes. Now, nothing that I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. And to really punctuate these differences that you're seeing now and put an exclamation mark behind breakthrough and really have all of this science make sense, there's a story you just need to hear, not just a life-changing story, but a life-giving back story by my best mate, Dan Doyle. So I hand it back to you, Kaleen, so we can hear from this awesome bloke.
Fantastic. Thank you, Stevie. So it's my honor to introduce Dan Doyle, who is tuning in from Hawaii, but originally from Australia. And I had the pleasure of meeting him in Florida several years ago and learning about this directly from him. And of course, that sparked an entire change in my future and my family's future. So Danny, thanks for joining us tonight. We're excited to hear how ASEA has gotten into your life.
Thanks, Kaleen. Can you hear me okay out here?
Yep, loud and clear.
All right, well, it won't be a distraction. I'll go off video, and welcome to the call, everybody. Thank you, Kaleen and Stevie, for your presentation and support. Amazing that we can tell the world about this incredible breakthrough. I'm outdoors at the moment. You have to excuse me. I've got some contractors in our apartment. We're getting some remodeling done, but it's great to be out in nature. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay amongst the whistling coconuts and the birds in the background and the ocean, but I think it's all good. So yeah, wow, what an incredible journey it's been for me. I've been with the CEO of this company for 6 years ago, and there was no way in the world I was considering initially to share this with others, because it was all about me. I was quite selfish at the time. I had my health for many, many years, but unfortunately it was taken away in 2011, and you're going to hear that story. For anybody on this call, you know, as far as I'm concerned, as Stevie said, you know, this is a gift. Somebody's handed you an incredible gift, and hopefully the information that we share will help you make a decision whether you want to open that gift or not. And, you know, this is all about telling stories for us. You know, we've got incredible testimonials. It's pretty hard for this product not to miss. Physically, people experience it in a short period of time. But at the end of the day, you know, there are people that, some, very few, that don't feel the effects, but we can tell you that it's scientifically impossible for what we have not to work. So before I go into my story, I just want to reiterate the disclaimer of the company, which Stevie mentioned, that these products are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But we have these incredible redox cell signaling molecules that can signal your body to where the issues are. So my story goes back to Sydney, Australia, and this is me as a young 24-year-old bodybuilder, and I was in the health and fitness industry back then, so I had to be a product of the product, obviously, and this is where I landed after many, many years of different sports. And this was a sport that I loved, and I used to eat, drink, and breathe, sleep bodybuilding, because I had a gym and I was a personal trainer. So I was in the health and fitness industry for many years. Now, fast forward 20 years and building 20 traditional businesses from different industries. The health and fitness industry, as you know, the security industry, hospitality, construction, employing about 3,500 people over that period of time. This is 20 years later, a picture of me at 44 years old. And, you know, I'm 54 this year and in pretty well the same shape as I was here in this photo, except for one difference. I didn't know in this photo at this period of time in 2010 that I was very, very sick. And 6 months later in 2011, doctors gave me some really bad news. And this is a photo of me with no hair from the top of my head to my toes, because I spent 2.5 years in and out of a hospital in Sydney, Australia. And what I went through, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Very fake smile on here. I was a very sick man already in my initial stages of what they were doing to me. This is a friend of mine, Johnny Manor, standing next to me, who played the highest levels of rugby in Australia. Johnny was fit and healthy as far as he was concerned in this photo. He'd already been through all those hospital visits that I had started. He was in remission at this time with what the doctors would consider, if we compared what we had. He had the good one and I had two of the bad ones. But unfortunately for Johnny, after this photo was taken, he went back into hospital and started losing all his hair again and a lot of body weight. And unfortunately, he didn't come out. We lost him at the age of 23 years old. At the end of my 2.5 years, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. And I made a decision at that point to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands, something that I highly recommend that anybody does as soon as possible. Look after your own health, guys. Do some research to come in at a holistic point of view, looking after your health. There's only one place we live and we've only got one of them, and that's our bodies. So when I did that, I found an alkaline diet. I really cleaned up my diet. And I also spent a lot of money on nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, and alkaline water. And I spent 2 years religiously doing the best that I thought I could do from the research that I did for my body, hoping that it would head in the right direction and my body would heal itself. But I can tell you that that wasn't the case. This is the photo of me 2 years looking after myself. Now, this is 2014 by this stage. Blood works were still heading in the wrong direction. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. A friend of mine reached out and said, Dan, I think I found something that can help you. Long story short, I flew to Salt Lake City and I started on these redox signaling molecules. In 3 hours, my body was expelling things so fast from it, I had little red spots all over my upper torso. In 12 hours, a 20-year caffeine intolerance had gone away. Any more than 2 coffees, I'd be buckled over with discomfort and bloating all day. And in 48 to 72 hours, the lung damage that was caused from what they put me through in that hospital where I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time, my lungs were functioning perfect. So this was the beginning. This was the beginning of my journey back to health. Fast forward 1 year, 2015, this is the day the doctors told me no sign of those 2 major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports that had gone away, and 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose. My whole body was rebuilt from top to bottom in 2015. That was my journey back to health. If we move forward another 2 years, 3 years on the product, you can see me looking a lot younger, definitely feeling a lot younger. And 6 years on the product now, I can tell you that it's been an amazing journey physically and an incredible ride with what it's done for me from that point of view. Now, things evolved along the way. And what evolved was I started sharing ASEA with other people. It became a responsibility to do that. It became a responsibility to help others because of what it did for me. And as a byproduct of helping other people, the company started sending me thank you checks. And it was these thank you checks that saved my life. Because 6 years ago, we were living in a van and almost went to the Salvation Army for food stamps. We'd lost everything financially when I lost my health. So those thank you checks, I invested back into more product to saturate my body to get it to the damage so my body knew where the problem was. And as you know from my story, the rest is history. I would say that this is the most compelling opportunity that I have ever seen in my life, by far. Knowing what I know now, I would never go back to a corporate job, a traditional job or traditional business with the opportunity at hand. ASEA is a vehicle for 2 things. It could potentially take people back to their health or take people to anywhere they want to go financially. So we've got an amazing opportunity in so many ways. When you talk to people, the majority of the issues they have is health and financial. And we've got the solution to those 2 problems, amongst having a lot of fun while doing what we do and meeting a lot of people and making a lot of friends. It's just absolutely amazing. And with that, I'm going to hand back to Kaleen, and you're going to hear more about the ASEA story and what this can do for you and your families. Thanks, Kaleen.
Thank you, Danny, as always. And, you know, there's something really special about this next part of the story that Stevie's sharing with us. I mean, he's obviously going to go into, you know, looking at our current scene and how this can help you, but also, you know, one of our founders talks about the fact that can a corporation or a group or an organization have a soul? And it really comes with the individuals that make up that group and the spirit and passion that they bring to it. And so I love this part of the webinar because you're going to get to hear really what makes ASEA so special from the business opportunity as well. So Stevie, thanks for coming back and telling us more.
Happy to, Kaleen. Thank you very much. And yeah, thank you, Dan. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan is one of those leaders I mentioned at the start that we're working with some extremely successful people, but he is the first leader that took me under his wing and believed in me and taught me how to believe and become more long before I could figure that stuff out for myself. So thank you, Dan. I know there's many, many thousands of people around the world who thank you for what you've brought them to. So thank you for having such a significant impact in all of our lives. Yeah, folks, this is the most compelling opportunity that you have ever seen. And I would say likely you're probably ever going to see. Time is far too short for me to be able to cover all of the reasons, but I'll cover some of the more significant ones. So with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. Excuse me. And the greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough, and that's created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. And ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for 2 simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than just one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. In fact, for the two decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And two, ASEA is heavily patented, but not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied because of its patents, ASEA can't be copied because there's no way to look into a bottle of ASEA and figure out how to reverse engineer it, because the secrets aren't in the bottle, because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA. And so it can't be copied. And that means we have no copycats, and that means we have no competition, and that means no one in the world has what ASEA has. No one. And that means no other products in the world can do what ASEA does. None of them. Nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can. Because ASEA is redox. Because redox works in everybody. Because nothing in everybody needs redox, and because nothing in the body can work as well or at all, in fact, without redox. And because redox can't hurt anybody. No other products can make that claim. No juice, pill, super shake, fancy water, CBD oil, or whatever it might be. They not only cannot make those claims, they cannot work in the body without redox. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors, whether it be healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, or beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries. And again, nothing can help anybody in this industry to the depth and level and significance to what ASEA can. And ASEA, because ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a redox supplement from. And so ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. ASEA gives you the opportunity to be paid money just for sharing redox with others. For people looking for either an extra, part-time, full-time, big time, or even a legacy leaving income for loved ones. For people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle, there are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions to be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality. ASEA helps you create income that is both residual and leveraged. You receive a residual income, not just from the first, but from all of the ongoing repeated purchases made by every single person you refer to ASEA. Every single purchase they make, every single person, you get paid every single time. And because you can refer as many people as you like, the residual income potential is unlimited. On top, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income from all of the ongoing repeated purchases made by every single person your contacts and others also refer. And there's no limits to how far and wide and deep these referrals can go. Just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, food, homewares, beauty products, health products, whatever it might be, it is natural that people tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. Word of mouth is the oldest and still today the #1 most powerful and most importantly, most trusted form of marketing in the world. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide. ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening new markets every year. And based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. If you understood what residual income really was, if you understood the true power of it, you would be not just willing to walk through a brick wall to get it, but maybe like me, you'd be willing to crawl through broken glass, because residual income, although it is impressive, more so it's important. And I figured out along the way, I'll have residual bills. Why don't I have a residual income? It would make more sense. And then also figured out this, which really woke me up. Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Well, out of every 100 people, only one of them is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 must still work to survive at 65. Now, get this, they're not working because they want to. That's different. These people are working because they have to. They don't have a choice. They're a slave to the dollar. No retirement in sight. And 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. And this did not sound like a good retirement plan to me. And I was well in the red. So what's going wrong? I thought to myself, what's one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to have figured out that me and the other 81% are not? And I found this. I had to figure out a way to make money that is no longer dependent on my paid by the hour, selling my precious time for money, labor intensive, or my own activity job. JOB in my case stood for just over broke, otherwise known as active income. And this is serious because when it comes to active income, sooner or later, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. I pray it's not sooner rather than later. But when that happens, you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. And I found this very concerning, especially when thinking, well, my active income already isn't enough as it is. This is one of the biggest problems 81% of people get trapped in. Money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. And so if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will be a slave for money until you die. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a good place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, keep it. You're blessed. But still find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing, because only relying on a single source of active income is just not smart. It's dangerous to your financial security. So for people who are smart, who want to be smart, who have been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, who are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances, of their security and their freedom, for people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have or how they have to make it, for people who have dreams and want a better life for them and for loved ones, the SEER is a significant opportunity to make a significant difference in people's lives and be paid a significant income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. There's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's what you get to do with a SEER. Who we become and what we do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, I'm not steering away from the fact that you can make great money here, that's for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world. Have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences and a great lifestyle. But you know what, really at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others. That is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of a SEER. And it was demonstrated because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving a SEER, those big drug companies offered to pay a SEER huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the SEER Redox technology. However, those drug companies wanted a SEER to shut down and have everyone taken off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of SEER, Vertus Norton and his son Tyler Norton, had the great foresight to see that there were grave concerns and consequences in such a deal, because Vertus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless to then experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Vertus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so Vertus and Tyler could not in good conscience sell out. That's why they didn't. They said no to the payout and yes to the people. You see, for Vertus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play had now become more. The SEER founders turned down the huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to everyone without a prescription. And one of the SEER's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make, and that is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. Now, the SEER founders and corporate team come from big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They are exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, famous household name companies, but their corporate soul revolves around putting people first, having an impact, making a difference, helping others to believe, belong, and become more, to be a force for good in the world. So you're in good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. Let them know what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, they can point you to where you can find the answers easily. There's plenty of university studies, but most importantly, there's hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing Redox experiences for you to see. A SEER is the real deal. So if you want to be happier and healthier, if you want to live younger, longer, you may just want to become an SEER customer. Or if you have dreams and desires, if you want to be, do, have, and able to give more, if you want to help people be happier and healthier, if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you want to increase the prosperity of the planet, if you want to make a difference in the world, become part of this Redox reality. And you can become more. If you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, you will, and you can better the lives of many, many others. And your life will become better in many, many ways. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. And thank you very much for having me here, Kaleen. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap up. I'm just going to quickly share my screen and just, remind you of a few resources that, how you can take advantage of these resources. And I also, whoops, sorry about that, guys. My email decided to come up first. I also want to remind you too that if you do have questions, you can put them in the chat box and we will do our best to answer them. In about 12 minutes, we are going to, at the top of the hour, transition into a new cycle after this, which is some team training that if you're a guest, you're invited to be a part of and just see the kind of fun we get to have every week. Okay, so here we go. All right, this, it really always comes back to the products. We exist as a company because we have state-of-the-art products 15 years ahead of their time in the niche of cellular health. So this just again shows you the whole product line. And then just breaking it down a little bit. Whoops, let me go back one. Focusing on the drink, I just want to give you a few pointers as you get started on this product, or if you're already on the product, to remember that when you're dealing with the drink in particular, which you can see does come 4 bottles to a case, we don't sell it by the bottle or just give a bottle for someone to try. And this graph is a really important demonstration of that. This is based on over 10 years of consumer knowledge, over 12 million bottles of this phenomenal supplement consumed in countries around the world. You can see when someone just tries it for a week or even for a month, there's a lower percentage from this bar graph as evidence that the person trying the product will perceive a difference in their body. And why is that? Well, we know from the moment that you supplement these molecules inside your body, you can actually take blood work and the blood changes. But you don't necessarily feel that because it's working very deep at a cellular level. And so when you do a standard minimum 3-month trial, and I often say give it 6 months, but go for at least 90 days, then we have a 95% success rate of people really going, wow, I feel the changes in my body in all different ways. So keep that in mind to really get a good return on your investment when you start this. This again just refreshes you on our topicals. So you saw incredible before and after pictures that Stevie showed. The large white tube to the right is the topical gel, full of the same live molecules as the drink. And then just to the left of that, the royal blue tube is our serum that's part of the skincare line that also is full of nothing else but these incredible live molecules so that you can target areas even more intensely. And just incredible skincare as well, right? So you can get back to the person that invited you and learn more about that. Just to briefly touch on the other products that we offer, which is a very high quality whole food nutrition line. Again, we didn't reinvent vitamins. There's incredible vitamins out there on the market, but if you want to make sure you're taking good nutrition and that you can absorb it, I definitely invite you to learn more about these, because one of the unique things we've done is we built in a patented absorption complex in each of the formulas, so that no matter what your gut or digestive health is, as you're improving that, in fact, one of our products actually does that, you are guaranteed to absorb the ingredients in these formulas, which is really important. It's what you absorb, not just what you can take, okay? And then this is, again, just a little bit of an orientation on why we encourage you to go back to the person that did invite you to this webinar or has been talking to you about this health breakthrough. Because in the world of online shopping, you may get super excited and Google and look for these products, and you may find them on websites like Amazon or eBay. We want to encourage you to get them directly from your distributor instead, because that way there's a few things. We know you're getting it directly from source. We know and can guarantee that you will not get product that's expired. Also that the product is still pure and safe for you. And by working directly with your distributor, you get incredible product support and education that you won't get anywhere else. And if you just randomly order it off of a website, somebody's just shipping you some product, right? And when you open up your account directly through ASEA, you're eligible for an incredible free product program that we call Loyalty Rewards that also helps bring down the cost of the product, even below the wholesale discounts that we can offer you. So, you know, Stevie went through this. Wherever you're at tonight, this morning, whatever time it is, you may see yourself just as a consumer, and that's fantastic. There's a great account for you for that. Or you might love helping people and want some additional income. If nothing else, just to pay for your product, right? Or to help with other adventures you might be having in life. And of course, always you can, as we're doing, do this as a full-time profession and really make a difference in the world and in your own life with the income that you can earn. And so this is just a quick visual that shows you we do have different accounts that you can open up to order your product and to build a business, right? And so you can see if you choose our wholesale accounts, which are the preferred customer or associate account, you do get a 25% discount off the regular price of the product. You also can enroll yourself or participate in, again, that free product program we call Loyalty Rewards. You can see there's even more benefits with the associate account because you do have very special enrollment packages where you can buy product in bulk, knowing that it's shelf stable for 2 years. And you know, save money as you do your 90-day trial. You can also earn commissions and help others. And when you open up the associate account, it does have a unique membership fee that is $40 US, or the equivalent of the currency of the country that you're in. And then once a year, you would pay a $25 US or equivalent in your currency renewal fee. Okay. So this again is just to remind you that this is about helping all of us live longer, better, stronger, so you can support your body's ability to maintain and reclaim health. And in the time that we live in now, I think one of the most important pieces of education we can share with each other is how to live a life of wellness, how to build your immune system so that no matter what you're exposed to, whatever environment you're in, your body has all the resources that it can to defend itself. I want to close our webinar with this phenomenal quote from our founder, Vertis Norton, who, again, I mentioned, you know, the whole beauty of being with a group that really intentionally builds its soul or its spirit. And I can tell you that when you become part of the ASEA family, you definitely not only get life-changing products, but really life-changing relationships with our business partners, our field educators, our corporate office, amazing stuff. So here's Vertis in his own words, and he's saying, "We are all at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world." So I invite you to be a change maker with us. You probably already are doing that in your own universe in some shape or form. Do that by investing in your own health and wellness. Do that by consider joining the ASEA team. And, you know, and helping us change lives around the world and teaching people how they can actually get their bodies to repair and heal and maintain vitality longer. So with that, that officially ends our webinar. I'm really glad that you joined us again tonight for my time reference, possibly morning